Here it is, the 2025 Kawasaki ZX4 RR, 16,000 RPMs of pure madness. Stay with me, you don't want to miss it. The first thing we'll do is get this thing started up. Look at that, 16,000 RPMs of pure madness. Let's get on this thing and get going. Man, huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki Suzuki Aprilia here in Plano, Texas, that allows me to ride this stuff. They are the nation's biggest volume dealer. Their information is always in the description of my video. And man, I've been wanting to ride this. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you what I think about it and why this is such an awesome bike. This is actually two bikes in one. We'll get out here on the road. Let me explain it. Let's go over some specs on this bike. This bike, first of all, is very, very comfortable. Let me make sure. It's unbelievable for a sport bike how comfortable it is. This bike weighs 390 pounds, which is under the 400-pound mark. The tires are Dunlop Sport Max. The front one's a 120/70/17, and the back one is a 160/60/17. Man, this bike is so smooth. And it's telling us our range, but this bike's got, I think, 1.5 miles on it. So we're going to take it out and give it a quick little jaunt. Let's go over some more facts. This bike is 54. Oh, man. Man, it feels like you're riding a MotoGP bike. Let me tell you what I meant by this is two bikes in one. So this bike makes 57 horsepower, 40 foot-pounds of torque, I believe, 40 foot-pounds of torque, 57 horsepower for a 400cc bike in the US is the most horsepower that I know of on a 400cc bike. I'm going to tell you what makes this two bikes in one is once you get used to it, and I would urge you to ride it, put at least 1,000, 2,000 miles, maybe more. This is an excellent beginner bike. I would say it's a beginner bike. You leave a comment in the comment section if you disagree, but it's very docile. Even with the high revving, it's so much fun to just sounds like a super racy bike, and it absolutely can be. You do have an app, a Kawasaki app, where you can connect your phone to it and get some trip information and stats from your ride. I think it has a G meter on it and so on. This does have 4 rider modes. You've got Sport. I'll show you that real quick. You hold the button down. You go Sport, Street, I believe, Road, I'm sorry. Then you'll go to, I think it's Rain. And then you have one mode that is totally customizable for the rider. And it's rider mode. You do have 37mm forks, upside down forks in the front, which give you a real positive feed. We're going to go back up to Sport because that's where all the fun happens. And let me get back to the two bikes in one theory, and I truly believe it. So this bike is, oh, we got a hot rod coming down through here. Anyways, two bikes in one. This bike is 57 horsepower. You can flash this bike, send it to More Mafia or Brentoon, and I've got a link in the description for Brentoon, a discount link, and get another 20, I think it's 23 horsepower out of it, and it would put it up to, I think it's 54 foot-pounds of torque, and you would end up at about 75, 77. 77 horsepower, which is a whole new bike. This does have quick shifter, so it's quick shifter up and down, so you don't, once you take off, you don't need the clutch, and I'll show you that. You push down, and you don't need the clutch. It's got a quick shifter, so we'll go up. That's super cool, but man, this is such a fun bike. These are really kind of almost track-ready sport bikes. A lot of these end up on the track because they're super nimble at 390 pounds. I think it's actually about 410 fully fueled. I'll get off of it up here, turn my blinker off. But you've got several different functions that you can do there. You can see your water temperature, your fuel gauge, and when you take it easy on this bike, you'll see an eco mode pop up that says you're in the best position. See that go away? It'll come on if you're taking it easy. You give it a bunch of throttle. But man, this is one awesome bike. Let me get off of it up here. Man, it's just incredible. The way it sounds and the feedback you get from this motorcycle is unbelievable. I'll walk around it, show you what you get here. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Put the kickstand down. We'll start it up and I'll show you the headlights again. Everything on this bike is LED. Your front brake and your front brake's over here. Everything is adjustable, so you can move the levers out with the adjuster. It would move it out or in. Same with the clutch. Your flash to pass is up here. See if you can see that in the headlight. Surely you can. But let's walk around this. This bike is a little bit different this year, and I believe there's two colors. There's kind of a white and gray, which you should be seeing that image. It does have the ZX10 style shock absorber layout, that almost horizontal look. It does have preload on your front shocks, which you can see there. They are 37 millimeter. You do have two front rotors. Those are 290 millimeter front rotors. You have two front brake calipers. I believe they're 4 piston per caliber. Incredible stopping on this bike. 240 millimeter rear rotor with the one back brake. But look at this bike. And I will tell you, this green is gorgeous. This, probably on camera, I hope it's coming through. It probably looks a little bit more yellow than gold, but it's right in between yellow and gold. And it really makes this bike stand out. Everything on it is LED. All your blinkers, which I'll turn them on for you. Let's turn that right blinker on. There's your blinker. There's your headlights. Let's turn the front headlights on. High beam, so you can get a good look at those. Push in your blinker to cancel it. But man, look at this bike. Let me make sure I get this in the viewfinder. This bike looks just like a ZX6 in the front. You've got that huge air intake. The mirrors are perfect. Of course, you could always take them off and put those other mirrors that everybody puts on them. I think these mirrors are great. They don't vibrate. This bike does have ABS. But look at this. It does have the trellis frame, which I don't know if I said that at the start. I don't think I did. It does have the trellis frame. The wheelbase from the middle of the axle or the middle of the tire is 54.3 inches. The width of this bike is a total of 30 inches from outside mirror or outside bar to bar, whichever one's widest. It does come with this LED rear tail light, and that's cool, man. Kind of looks like I'll say like a Batman. LED blinkers. Of course, you could take the back tail section off and get a tail tidy. Excellent tires. They do make a back cover for the back seat. which you can buy from Kawasaki in the green or the gray whitish color to match that other version. They do make an SE model of this, and the SE would just be keyless. You would keep the key fob in your pocket. But man, look at this, TFT, and that will also go white at night. Got your high beam indicator, your blinker there, blinker right, emergency flashers right there, horn right there. We'll turn those off. You'll push to cancel your blinkers when you see it flashing. Push it in, it'll stop. This bike is a 2025 Ninja ZX4 RR KRT $96.99. Like I'm saying, to me, this is like two bikes in one. You get a mild-mannered 57 horse version in the stock form. Once you send the ECU out to get flashed, you get back a 75 horsepower beast, and that's a whole nother level. But for a 500cc bike, it does make the most horsepower. The RS 457 makes, I believe it's 47 to 51 horsepower. The 500 Ninja, same thing. This is a 57 horse stock bike, just like it says. I'll show you another thing I like about it, how easy it would be for you to change your own oil. If I can get a good shot of it in there. See if that's getting in there. I don't know if you can see that oil filter. Just reach your hand up from the bottom, screw that off, put a new one on. Drain plug's in the bottom. You could change that exhaust up, and man, this thing would really sing. But listen at this thing, it is super revvy. Let's get back on the service road. Also too, you have your sight level glass here, your oil level. You would stand it straight up, and look at that. It would show you your level in there. You'd want it halfway in the window. Let's get back on it and get going. We're going to give this thing a proper goose out here on the service road. Woo! I mean, I don't know if you can hear it. It's got this ram air system in it. It is throttle by wire. There are no throttle cables, so it's all electronic. It does have, if I'm not mistaken, 4 34 millimeter fuel injectors in it, one in each cylinder. But watch this thing go here. Oh man, we're only in second gear. This thing just screams fun. It'll put a smile on anybody's face, and the comfort factor on this last chug, I'm going to have a chiropractor rating, I guess, here on the channel. This would probably be, it wouldn't be the very best, but it would definitely be a 4. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. This would definitely be a 4. It is super comfortable. Hope this car sees that truck stopped. Yep, thank God for that. Man, what an awesome year we're having. All the 25s are dropping. I'm going to have the 2025 ZX10 Friday. This is Wednesday. And so all this stuff is coming in at Plano Kawasaki Suzuki. This does have ABS and anti-lock braking. But man, they've got all this stuff, Plano Kawasaki Suzuki. And their details are in the, guys just getting off work at the car dealership over here. But they've got all this stuff in stock. But man, if you like this video, share it. Make sure you're subscribed. And we'll see y'all on the next one.